question for you both. Do you think they're playing into this system and buying into it because this is the most rigid of coaches they've had in quite some time? I mean, and not one that's unhinged.
I kind of like that. We've been hearing a lot of praise about the coaching staff, and just
like we all love Bruce, but I wouldn't say he was frightful.
Bruce was, hey, let's just get out there and we'll figure it out as we go. Before that, there were two coaches that were figuring it out at a pro level and kind of were like, they're getting, go on. They had, they're learning just as much as the young core was. So I think that they're, Rick Tocchet kind of has proven something at the playing level and the coaching level, and he's finding a way to communicate with them, and it's resonating with them. And I don't want to not take anything away from Bruce the way he was brought in, but this was kind of like, here's a really good guy for the job for this group, and here's why we think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Instead of we hired the only person we interviewed in Travis Green. Or, we brought Bruce in to salvage something. It's kind of like the first time in a long time they're like, I think this is going to work with this core. And it's not like we're going to throw some quick gas on the fire and see what happens. And it's paying off in full.
Yeah. I would say that when you look at the coaching staff of the Canucks right now, you look at someone like Rick Tocchet, who's NHL All-Stars, put up 100-point seasons in this league, pretty much built, I think, the starting wave of what a power forward, in the classic into the modern age of the NHL. He played in the 90s in Arizona and does so far. And then you look at, Sergei Gonchar, Adam Foote, two defensemen who played very different kinds of games in the NHL, all All-Stars in their own right, in some form or way. You can say that about Adam Foote, offensively.
Can't say that about Mike Yeo.
Well, listen, I mean, we all know what I wish Mike Yeo the best with smashing sticks to try to motivate. The thing that resonates the most with me, if we're to answer your question, Geeta, is that let's look back to the Nashville game with JT Miller, where I think the key difference is that you look at a situation with JT Miller where he takes 3 minor penalties in the game. He's obviously, it's not that he's intentionally trying to lose. He's just, here's a person who to emotionally calibrate themselves. Sometimes they have to ride a line, and sometimes they're on one side, and sometimes they're on the other.
Right.
I think what happens with JT Miller is that before, under Travis Green or Bruce Boudreau, he's the person who has to regulate himself.
Right.
He's the one that has to do that. And I don't know if you guys, as we all have partners now, but the one great thing about our partners sometimes is that there are wait-a-second people. Right. They're the people that say, hey, before you go and you make that choice or you want to do that, just so you know, I love you, and whatever you do, I'll support you.
Right.
But
that's what Rick Tocchet said to JT Miller verbatim.
That's all Rick Tocchet did.
I love you, JT.
Yeah, no, he sat him down for the last 3 minutes.
Yeah.
They went into the intermission. He literally came out and said, hey, man, listen, I just think you just needed like a little bit of space to clear your head. Yeah. Because you're on tilt.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, you're on tilt. What happens? He comes back in the third period, scores a goal. That's literally, he just needed to have a coaching staff and someone who understands that's just JT Miller. How you handle Elias Pettersson, how you handle Quinn Hughes.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you're someone like John Tortorella, where you're the person who's answering for everyone, but let's look at Rick Tocchet. Maybe Rick Tocchet knows how to handle JT, and Sergei's the one that knows how to handle Quinn Hughes, or Adam Foote's the one that knows how to handle a couple of the other people on the roster. So it's just the plethora of NHL careers on the coaching staff and different styles and attitudes that you have on that coaching staff. Man, I just feel like
it's so fun right now.
It's like having your grade 7 buddy when you're in kindergarten.
Oh my God! Yes, the grade 7 buddy. Yeah.
And you want to listen. Like, if I'm a defenseman, I want to listen to Adam Foote. It's Adam Foote.
It's Adam Foote, man.
And like, it's
He's
Sergei
sacking.
Gonchar and the Sedins. I mean,
Yeah.
sure, I don't really care what Chris Higgins is going to tell me unless it's about how to look really
Well,
handsome.
okay, let's
be
not
be in great shape.
Being
or-
a perennial 20-goal scorer.
Well, yeah, you would
man,
match
it makes
Higgins with Besser, and it's working
Yeah.
well.
yeah.
Is it? You know how hard it is to be gorgeous? Yeah, I know.
Wow.
hard.
I never really thought of it that way.
We need to be the light that everyone needs to see in the dark.
And hasn't he been?
Oh, so good.
Oh, my
8
God.
goals? Come on, Ryan. You owe me
Give me
dinner.
some stat lines here. Yeah, Gita, I don't know if you were on the podcast or if it was afterwards. Rash and I made a bet.
Oh,
Okay.
you're gonna get suspended. You can't bet on the You can't bet on the podcast. Everyone gets-
Yeah.
I'm going to get suspended for 41 podcasts.
we have a new
here.
sponsor.
Illegal-
604 bet. 604 bet is the Lower Mainland's.
Illegal offshore gambling bets, the safest of bets, and the official bets of the National Hockey League. The bet is will Besser score 30. I took the safe no bet.
Right.
Rash took yes. Loser cooks a meal for the winner.
Right.
Obviously you'll be invited. Just you win regardless.
Yeah.
Pizza if a Rash loses.
no,
A
I'm gonna-
Penang curry if I lose.
Jeez.
Mashed potatoes only.
Ooh,
How do you make a
I
Penang
love this.
curry?
I love a good curry and mashed potatoes.
Ryan, these mashed potatoes they just taste like so natural, like potatoes. And
I
no
just wanna-
salt or butter or milk or anything.
I just want to go on the record that I've never gone to a restaurant and said, "Can you substitute the rice with mashed potatoes?" I don't need that.
That's a lie. How,
I don't need that getting out. It's not true.
How you've never went to White Spot and asked them, "Hey, listen, I know I ordered the teriyaki, but could you just give me the mashed potatoes instead of the rice?"
I'll pay whatever it costs.
Sir,
Don't tell anyone. Bring it out
pal,
the back.
Pal, I don't know if you know, but the customer's always right. Oh my God.